So today we are going to just do a mobility class. We were going to be doing a bar class, but I've got a little bit of a tricky ankle and I thought actually just to work on a bit of mobility today would be lovely. Excuse me. So I'm sat on my bottom. I've got my feet fairly wide. I'm fairly relaxed here and I'm going to have my hands just behind me. So I'm just kind of propping myself up, but my shoulders are relaxed, my legs are a bit floppy. And I'm just going to start rolling my knees from side to side. So, I'm really sorry, excuse me. So I'm rolling my knees from side to side. So I've got this thigh bone spinning inwards. And then as I go the other way, that thigh bone is spinning outwards. And we're also getting a little bit of rotation through the spine, but I'm really relaxed in what I'm doing. So we'll just go for a few more of these. Just thinking about not holding any tension in the shoulders. Just letting everything roll from one side of your mat to the other. And this knee might get a little bit closer down to the mat as the hips warm up. But we're not going to force anything. I'm going to ask you to do 4 and 3. I love this movement. 2 more. And we hold it here for 1. Now, my hand that's lined up with the bottom, so my left hand, is just going to reach round, tap my other hand, and then it comes out, and I go the opposite direction. So for me, my knees are rolling to the left. My right hand is going to reach round, might go past my left hand, or it might just reach to it. And then I reach it round, take that right hand behind, and I go the other way again. So we're adding this bit of rotation through the spine now. And we roll. And the arm reaches. Just pause here. Lift up through your breastbone a bit for me, please. And we switch sides. And we go for 3. And we roll round. For 2. And we roll round for 1. We're going to be doing similar in a moment, but we're going to add to it. So I'm taking it round to my left. My knees drop down. My right hand is going to come down this time. I'll turn a bit so I'm to the side. So my hands are in line with my shoulders here. Now give me a bit of a catch stretch here. It's not going to look like my spine's moving very much, but I'm tucking my tailbone between my legs, drawing my chin to my chest, thinking about pulling my belly button up and under my rib cage, and then we reverse that movement of the spine. So it's a bit like a catch stretch. I'm lifting my breastbone up between my arms. And again, give me that cat shape. And then I lift my breastbone up between my arms, gazing up a little bit. And again, I go for that flexion of the spine, please. And then I lift up through my breastbone and I lift my gaze. And then we take it the other way. So I'm going to wiggle a little bit. I've taken my right hand down. I've taken my left hand down. So my hands are about shoulder distance apart. Let me turn so I'm more to the side. Go for that catch stretch. I feel I'm opening out through my shoulder blades here. And then we reverse it. And then we go to that cat shape. And reverse. And in my cat, I feel like I'm creating space in between my vertebrae, all through my shoulders. And then I come up to my extension. And then I'm just going to roll round and stretch. And roll back and stretch. Let's just go for 4. The arm reaches behind. And 3. And 2. Last one, please. Roll it round. And then I'm going to bring you onto your hands and knees. So let's just have our knees about hip distance apart. Our hands are underneath our shoulders. Your fingers are wide. Let me wiggle back a little bit so you can see me. And we're going to go for a cat stretch in this position. And I want you to think about your head and your pelvis being 2 poles that you're going to bring closer together. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring those 2 poles closer together. So I'm trying to get my nose and my pubic bone as close together as I can, and that gives me this deep cat. And then I'm going to reverse it, coming to our extension. And again, give me that cat. 2 poles as close together as possible, and feel how that really lifts your spine to the ceiling. And then we reverse it. One more time, each direction please. Round up, nose, pubic bone, closer, closer, closer. And reverse. And then I want you to come to your neutral spine. So your spine is long, your neck is long. We're going to go for thread the needle, which we do fairly often recently. I've grown to love this move. I'm going to take my right arm under my left arm. So my shoulder and my ear comes to the mat. Now today I'm going to add to it. I lift my left arm up to the ceiling. Now I take my left hand down to where it was. I press into that left hand, and that helps me unthread my right arm. And I look up to the tips of the fingers. Now, my left hand's going to come off of the floor. I take my right hand to or towards that right heel, and the left arm goes up overhead. We're going to do that again. Take your left hand down. Take your right arm through. Hold it there for a moment. Reach those right fingers forwards a bit more to stretch out through the shoulders, through the back of the shoulders, and then lift your left arm up. Take your left hand down to where it was, press into it, and open out your right arm so you've got this lovely chest stretch. You lift up, your left hand comes off of the floor, right hand to the right heel if you can find it, left arm up over your ear, press your hips forwards, lift your breastbone up. Last time, left hand down. Thread that right arm through. So your bottom, kind of over your knees most of the time here. There's a bit of movement, but not too much. Left arm up. Left hand down. Right arm through. Just watch your bottom doesn't drop back there. Gaze up to the right fingertips, which is reaching to the ceiling. Left hand lifts. Right arm to your heel. Left arm by your ear. Can you press those hips forwards a bit more? And then take your left hand down, please. And take your right arm up overhead, and it comes back down to your starting position. We do the same with the left arm now. Thread the left arm under the right. Can that shoulder come down? Feel the stretch. Right arm lifts to the ceiling. Right hand down to the mat. Press strongly into it to unthread this left arm. Up and over, left hand, left heel. Right arm by your ear, press your hips forwards, lift your breastbone up. Well done. Right hand down. Left arm threads. Find the stretch. Can your left ear come down to the mat a bit more? Right arm lifts. Right hand down, press into it. Unthread the left side. Gaze up. Up and over, left hand, left heel, right arm up overhead, press your hips forwards, lift your breastbone up. Final time please, right hand down, left arm threads. Can you reach that right arm up even more this time? Take your right hand down to the mat, unthread, draw through, get your chest opener. Hover that right hand, left hand to your left heel, right arm up overhead. Give me a bit more of those hips. And then we take our right hand down and our left hand down. I want you to please take your knees wide, feet together, and then press your bottom back to your heels and drop your forehead towards or to the floor. Now, normally we go into rest position with our knees together in Pilates, so we get more openness through the spine. But today I want the knees further apart and the bottom pressing back a bit more so you're feeling that openness in the hips. So we're doing a lot of hip work today. Breathe into your stretch. And when those hips release, those inner thighs are stretched, you might be able to take your knees a little bit further. And then I'm going to walk my hands in. And I'm going to just roll myself over, please. So I would like you on your backs, We're going to go for a little bit of a single leg circle in a moment. We're going to do it with a soft knee, so we're not fighting the leg. We're thinking about all mobility today. So first of all, my knees are bent, my feet are on the floor. I'm just going to pull my left knee in towards my chest, and I feel that stretch through the back of the hip here. Pulling it in nice and tight. Shoulders are relaxed. And then when you're ready to take your right leg long on the centre line of your mat, please. Now I'm going to take my hands behind my left knee now, pulling it in close towards me, and then I stretch my leg as straight as I can, and then I bend that knee in. And then I stretch it as long as I can, trying to open through the back of this leg, and bend it in. Last time, stretch. Hold it there, just push your heel to the ceiling for me. And then soften the foot, and I'm going to soften my knee a little bit. Now I'm going to press my arms into the mat. So I want this knee to be a bit soft so that my knee can come close to my navel. So we're going to come back to this position every time we've circled. Press your arms down. First of all, just take your leg over the body a little bit and feel how you've picked up from underneath the left-hand side of the hip. So you've got a small amount of rotation in your spine. Circle your leg down, up on the left, and you come to your starting point with your knee close to your navel, so you are really engaged. And we go over the body again. Let the pelvis roll a little bit. Down, up on the left, and centre. 3 more, please. So for me, I am flexing my right foot the whole time. 2. Just relax the foot of this working leg, no gripping. Last one, I tend to really point my toes, and actually it doesn't do me any favours. We change direction. As your leg circles out to the left, pause, make sure that your pelvis is level. And then you circle down. As the leg goes over the body, the pelvis can pick up a little bit, and back to your starting point. Let's go 4. Just gaze up to the ceiling for me, please. And 3. So sometimes we go for a really quite quick fluid circles. 2, today we're really exploring that mobility that we have there at the hip. Last one, please. And then draw the knee into your chest again. Just pull it in. Take a couple of breaths here. Can you pull it in a bit closer? And then take the left foot to the floor. So I'm going to draw my right knee into my chest. I feel really tight on this side actually. So always listening to our body, noticing these little differences from one side to the other. And you take your left leg long onto your mat, please, and flex through that left foot. So push that heel to the room, to the wall in front of you. Pull the right knee in a bit more. And then my hands just tuck behind the knee. And I reach my leg up for 3. Yeah, I'm definitely tight at this side. And I bend and release. And reach it up for 2. Can you pull it in a bit closer? Bend and release. Reach it up for 1 and hold there for me and push your heel very deliberately up to the ceiling. And then soften the foot. Soften the knee a little bit. So, keeping that leg close to your centre. Press your arms down. Just take your leg over the body for me, first of all. So your left leg, your left foot is still flexed. The right hand side of the pelvis is picked up a little bit. And then circle down, up and round. 4 more. And 3. Can I ask you to use your arms for stability? 2 more. So I'm strong from my shoulders to the tips of my fingers, pressed into the mat. Last one. Knee comes closer to you and change direction. So as it goes out, pause a minute. Just check the left-hand side of the pelvis is down. Circle down, up and round. And 4, please. And 3. Are you still looking directly up above you to keep your neck long? 2. Last one for me, please. And then hug that right knee in, pull it in tight, get that release. And then I'm going to lift my left leg up to join it. So I'm going to have my hands on top of my knees and we're going to go for a frog leg hip release where I am stirring my thigh bones around opposite directions to each other. So you get this lovely stretch. Very similar to that single leg circle movement. We're just guiding the thigh bones around now. And then I change direction. And we go for 3. And 2. Last one, please. And hug both knees into your chest. Pull them in so tight that you feel like the pelvis is almost lifting up off of your mat. And then we're going to take our feet down for our shoulder bridges. And we know our feet and our knees are no wider than our cheekbones. We want our kneecaps facing up to the ceiling the whole time. Press your arms down. Take a deep breath in. Just let your back soften to its most comfortable position, its natural shape. And then you exhale, flatten the back, tuck your tailbone, and peel your spine off of the mat, one vertebra at a time. Breathing in at the top. And as you breathe out, you melt your sternum down to the mat, and the rest of the spine follows. And then the pelvis comes down, you breathe in, your back softens to that comfortable position again. And then you exhale, come up again. Feel yourself tuck your tailbone between your legs. At the top, hips are higher than your ribs. And then the sternum melts down towards the mat. And then the spine just gently follows. And then you breathe in, release at the bottom. And we're going to come up for a couple more like this, please. So exploring the movement of your spine. Just enjoying having the time to work through any sticky spots. It's fine if you've got any tight areas, it's quite normal. Just work through them and just give them the love and attention that they deserve. And we come on up, please. Now I'm going to add to the top of this one, but if you want to carry on there, of course you can. My neck is long. Without my pelvis shifting side to side, I'm going to march. So I'm going to lift my left leg up to this position, so my knee's over my hip. And then I take the foot down. Now as I pick up my right leg, I feel the left-hand side of my bottom working really hard. And I take the right foot down. And we march for 4. So it's not quick. Taking our time to think about stability and staying strong through our center. We go for 3. Neck a bit longer for me, please. And 2. Are you still using the arms to the tips of the fingers? And down. Last one, please. Lift. Take the foot down. Melt the spine down. Link by link. And then at the bottom, I just want you to hug those knees in and give your back a gentle rock side to side. Just get that massage. And just relax into it, don't overthink it. Just allowing your body to move freely. And I rock to center. Now I'm going to take my feet to the floor. I'm going to shuffle them so my heels aren't as close towards my bottom, just because I don't want the legs in the way. And then I lift my left leg up. I'm going to tuck my hands behind my left knee. And we're going to go for a little bit of prep for teaser. So I'm going to pick my head up and I press my leg into my hands and I come on up and my leg straightens at the top. And if you need to rock up a little bit, that is absolutely fine. And I just want you to flex your foot for me, please. So really push through the heel. And then soften the foot, fold the knee in, and I start melting my spine down, trying not to fall down to my mat. Taking my time, and then my head settles. So first of all, before we come up, pick the head up fully, and you'll feel that makes your spine a lovely rounded shape, and it will be easier to roll up now as you press the leg into the hand. And then we extend it long at the top. My elbows are wide, so my chest is open, and I flex through that foot, and I relax it. We're going to do 2 this time. I flex through the foot, push through that heel, feel that stretch. And relax the foot, bend the knee in. The leg and the hand press into each other as you lengthen the spine down. Try not to fall down if we can help it. But if we do, not beating ourselves up about it. Again, head up, leg presses into the hand. Breathe for me here. You know, if you're not breathing, you are going to lose a lot of the mobility. Flex your foot for 3 this time. And lengthen through the toes. And flex for 2. And lengthen. Flex for 1. Relax the foot. Bend the knee. And slowly come on down. And I'm going to take my left foot down and hover my right leg up. I really feel my arms are working with this move as well, because there's a lot of pushing, pulling going on with the hands and the back of the leg. So, head up please. Press the leg into the hand and come up. And just push through that heel for 1. And relax the foot. Bend the knee in. Try not to fall down if you can help it, and slowly melt. Chins towards your chest still. And then come down. Head up, I breathe in. It's up to you, you can play with the breath, but I find as I exhale, I come up, and that really helps the movement. And flex for 2. And relax the foot or lengthen it. And flex for 1. And lengthen through the toes. Fold the knee. Come down even slower now if we can. We're trying not to collapse down. Last one please. Head up as I breathe in and I exhale. Come on up. Oh, I'm finding it tricky. And push for 3. And lengthen through the toes. And 2. This footwork's really important. And lengthen. Last one. Push. And relax the foot, bend the knee in, and slowly come on down, please. And take the head down, take your foot down. I'm going to have my knees close together now. So I've got the knuckles of my big toes together. I've got my inner thighs and my knees squeezing together. And I'm going to take my arms to the floor behind me. Now I'm just going to circle my arms round and they come down by my side. We're going to go for 3. I reach up and over, and I circle them round for 2. Reach them up and over. This time, as I circle them round, I nod my chin to my chest. I'm going to take my hands behind my legs, and I'm going to pull myself up to a seated position. Right, you can have your feet further away from your bottom if that helps you. And then I let go of my legs and reach my arms long. And I'm going to melt my spine down, trying to articulate down. And then the arms go to the floor. And they circle for 3. Up and over. And they circle around for 2. Up and over. This time, as they circle for 1, you grasp behind your legs, nod the chin, and we come on up. Take your arms in front. These long, strong arms are what are resisting you from falling down to your mat. So they are your resistance. We're going to do that one more time. Arms up and over for 3. And circle. Up and over for 2. Can you reach them even wider? Up and over for 1. You know this time what's happening. The head is lifting. The hands are tucking. And we come on up to our roll up. We sit tall. You reach the arms in front and you lengthen down. Tuck your pelvis under you. Tailbone between your legs. And then I'd like you just to take a full body stretch for me, please. And then when you're ready, I'd just like to roll you onto your side. I'm going to be on my left side, but you can be on any side, it doesn't matter. I'm going to have my hand just behind my head here. I'm not just collapsing into my armpit here, it's not collapsing into the mat. I'm trying to stay lifted from the side of my body that's closest to the mat, so you don't sink into it. My bottom leg is bent. My top leg is long. I'm going to take my hand behind my head, so both elbows facing opposite directions. I'm going to flex my foot on this top leg, and I kick forwards, and I point my toes and take it back. And I flex, kick forwards, and point, take it back. Do you still feel like you're working through the underside of the body? Kick forwards for 4, lengthen back, and 3. So we're working on stability. Normally I let you take this top hand to the floor. 2. But this stability is so important. Last one. Take it back and give me 5 circles. You're trying to take the leg back each time. You're trying not to collapse into your mat. Let's go for 2 and 1. And change direction. Let's go 4. Oh, I'm rolling. And 3. Focus, Louisa. And 2 and 1. And finish with the leg more in line with your bottom, and give me some small high pulses. Small and high. Try not to drop too much. Can you try and touch the wall in front of that toe? And flex your foot and pulse. And just check that the side of your foot is parallel to the ceiling here. Let's go 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax down. And I'm going to roll you onto your other side. So let's set ourselves up. We are not sinking into the mat. We know that now. We're not just having a rest here. Bottom leg bent. Take the other hand behind your head, elbow lifted. And we're going to flex the foot. And I kick. And I point and back. And we kick forwards 5. Point, lengthen through the hip. And 4. And we're still lifting off of the mat. And 3. Lengthen that leg. Can you go longer? 2. Here we go. Long, 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 longer. Last one, please. Sweep it back. And then circle the leg behind for 5. And 4. 3 is this top elbow, so lifting to the ceiling. You've got a chest opener. 2 and 1. Change direction. 5, 4, 3. Don't let that leg creep forwards. And 1. Reach it longer. So long you feel the waist picking up from the mat a little bit, and we pulse. Small and high. I'm just lengthening through my toes right now. And flex the foot and pulse. Push your heel a little bit more. Let's go 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax down. And I'm going to roll us onto our tummies. I'm just going to tie my hair up here so it's not in my face. We're going to go for a little bit of a swimming round. So I would like your legs maybe quite close together, long. Your arms are long in front of you, your hands are shoulder distance apart. Let me bring myself onto my mat. Now, I'm going to press into my hands, and I'm going to lift my upper body off of the mat, and I'm looking in front of me. So your hands might not be too far forward, they're in a little bit. Now, look about a third of the way up the wall in front of you and lift your legs up, please. And you flutter your legs like you were swimming. And you're breathing through it. Well done. So looking up in front, so you've got this lift through the breastbone. Working the entire back line of the body. Keep breathing. Just about 10 more seconds here. Try to kick the knees off of the mat if we can. If it were to go in your lower back, you could take your hands forwards a little bit more. So just play with the move, make sure it works for you. Let's just go 4, 3, 2, well done. And lower those legs down. Take your arms longer and just stretch out. Bring your forehead to the mat. Okay, then the hands come in a little bit again. Your legs are staying down this time. Upper body lifted. Look up in front of you. Press into your right hand to lift the left arm up. And lower it down. Think about everything not shifting side to side as your right arm lifts and lower. So let's think about just the arms moving. Left arm for 6. And down. Right arm for 5. Is everything else in your body quiet? 4. Are you still looking up at the wall in front of you? 3, 2, don't let that arm fall down, and 1. Take it down and lower yourselves to your mat. And I'd like you just to push yourself into rest position for me, please. Bringing your knees together, bringing your eyebrows to your knees, letting your bottom sink to your heels. Now your fingers are walking forwards to the front of the mat, but now I want you to take your right hand on top of your left hand. Walk your hands to the left hand top corner of the mat, and then walk your right hand forwards so the right hand goes on top of the left hand. Hopefully you're feeling that stretch down the right hand side of the back and the right shoulder. And then your hands walk through centre to the right hand side of the mat. Now walk that left hand over the right hand if you can. Can you walk it over a little bit more? Get the most stretch as you possibly can. And then again, we'll go to the left. My hands just walking side to side. Right hand goes up and over. Last time, please, to the right. Left hand over and walking over a little bit more. And to centre. Now I want you to come onto your tummy again, please. And we're going to have our legs down in front of us. And I want you to rest on the right cheek of your face. And I'm going to take one hand into the other and they're going to be interlinked on my lower back. Somewhere around there. You play with where those hands need to be able to drop both your elbows down to the mat. So you might have your arms higher than mine or lower, but those elbows are dropping as close to the mat as you can. Now what I want you to do is feel those arm bones spinning forwards, but then you're going to spin them backwards, so your elbows are lifted to the ceiling. You reach the arms long and you pick up your upper body and you look in front. Now you turn your head, so you're going to lower down onto your left cheek. Your hands go onto the lower back, and then you spin the arm bones forwards, and you've got that internal rotation there at the arm joint, at the shoulder joint. So the elbows lift to the ceiling, and then you lengthen the arms long, and your upper body comes up off of the mat, and you're looking in front of you at centre. Turn the head, lower to your right cheek, hands on your back, let the elbows drop. Let the elbows lift higher to the ceiling. Can those arm bones spin back a bit more? And then they go long and you hover up. Reach the arms as long as you can, looking at centre, turning the head, lowering down, hands on the back, elbows drop. We've got one more, please. Spin them to the ceiling. Reach them as long as you can, and the rest of the body lifts. Turn the head and lower down. Elbows drop one last time. And then I'm going to get you just to press yourself back into rest position, letting the back settle for a moment. Give your bum a bit of a wiggle there if it helps get that release. Couple of deep breaths. Sorry, let me just check my class notes to see where we're going next. And then I'd like you just to rebuild your spine, please. And I'm going to bring my legs in front of me. Remember, you can always sit on a cushion if you'd like, if you struggle to sit with long legs here, if we're a little bit tight. My feet are going to be mat distance apart. We're going to go for our spine stretch forwards. So my arms are reaching in front of me. I imagine I've got a wall just behind the pelvis and the back of the head. When you're ready, you're going to keep the belly scooped, but you're going to bring your head off of the wall, and then your shoulders, mid-back, low back, until you're in your spine stretch position. And here we're going to reach forward for 3, release, reach forward for 2, release, and 1, and then you stack your spine up upon that imaginary wall behind you until you are sat an inch taller perhaps. And then again, so belly button goes up and under the rib cage. You're peeling off of the wall. You're looking back at yourself. You're trying to get the crown of the head down to the mat. Push your heels. Press for 3, Press for 2. Press for 1. And we stack our spine. Vertebra by vertebra. 2 more, please. Keep breathing for me. And stretch. And stretch. And stretch. Stacking your spine. Remember, you're an inch taller each time. Final time, please. Fold over, scoop the abdomen, and press, and press. And 1, and we're going to come on up. And lower your arms down, and we're going to bring ourselves down to our mat. Let me keep an eye on the time, 3 minutes. Excellent. Okay, so I'm just laying down on my mat with my arms down by my sides. I'm going to press the hands into the mat. And I'd like you to think about, we're going to do some toe taps in a moment. I want you to think about the belly not really changing shape. So think about keeping it strong. And I'm going to pick my left leg up so my knee is over my hip. And then I'm going to do toe taps. So I lower my foot down towards the mat. And then I lift. So the bend in the back of the knee isn't changing. Let's go for 4. And lift. So the foot doesn't rest at the bottom. And 3. And lift. 2. So it's a hip opener. And then you're strengthening it to lift it. The male just came through. Last one. Tap. And lift. And take that left foot to the floor. The right leg hovers. So the bend in the knee doesn't change. We tap the heel towards the floor. And lift. Strong through your center. 3. I inhale, go down. And I exhale, lift. And 2. Lifting, coming up strong. Last one, please. And pick it up. Now, I'm going to go for double leg here. So, it's up to you if you just want to keep alternating, doing single leg. I'm going to have both legs up. So the bend in the knee doesn't change. I open out to my left hip. It's up to you how low you go. Remember, the shape of the tummy doesn't change. And lift. You could always have your hands on your belly if that helps. My right foot lowers. And then it lifts. You might not go down as far this time. I've got 4. And lifting strong. And 3. Lovely job, well done. And 2, please. Tap. And lift even stronger. Goodness, I can feel this working. Last one, please. And hug both knees into the chest. Just pull them in. And when you're ready, just take your feet to the floor, please, and let your arms relax down by your sides. Let's have your palms facing up to the ceiling. Your eyes closed. And I just want you to bring your focus to your breath. I want you to think about breathing in deeply through your nose. And exhaling completely through your mouth. Feeling the rise of your rib cage on the inhale. And how it falls. And you just sink into your mat a little bit more on the exhale. Now continue with that breath for me, please. Keep the back of the head on the mat, but I want you to start circling your head. So the head is heavy. It's as if you're drawing a circle on the ceiling with your nose. Just give me a couple more, please, releasing any tension through your neck. And we change direction, please. Remembering to keep your focus on that breath and just let the head circle. Just a couple more. And when you're ready, just come to center. Open your eyes for me. Just become accustomed to the light again. And let us take a full body stretch. Arms long overhead. Your legs go long. Can we reach even longer? And then draw your knees into your chest again. And for one last time, we just rock our back gently side to side. And take your feet to the floor, and I'm just going to roll myself over and helping myself up to seated. And you are done. Thank you very much.